my name is Parag Pandya. I'm studying an MBA at Alliance Business School in Manchester. So the reason I chose to study an MBA, originally I did an undergraduate in pharmacy, and I knew I always wanted to transition into the more healthcare and business side of things. So I chose to study at Manchester because the way the course is structured, it's less purely classroom based, and you get to really work with clients. So they have 3 different projects, where the first one is you're working with a not-for-profit consultancy project. The second one is working with a commercial business, and then the third one is more of an international business. So it really gives you the opportunity to apply what you've learned in the classroom to real life business problems and really fortify what you've learned during the MBA. Qualification fits in with my career plans because my background is pharmacy, so I'm a qualified pharmacist, and I want to eventually start up my own healthcare tech company. So with the MBA, it's given me the opportunity to transition into a tech company. For example, my internship is with a tech company where I can learn a little bit more about the tech industry, as well as combining my learnings from the MBA. And eventually I'd want to work with different healthcare tech startups to understand how to grow a business and scale it, and really provide healthcare for the masses on an international scale, and then eventually start my own business as well. So I was fortunate enough to achieve a scholarship, which has made life a lot easier, but I'm predominantly funding it through self-funding and savings. So Manchester is really good in that sense, where you're not just assessed through exams. Instead, you're assessed through presentations and reports. It's very much presenting the work that you've done, applying it to different businesses, real life case studies, and then that's predominantly how you're assessed. The city itself is a really exciting place to be. There's a lot of startups and VCs and private equity firms, and the Alliance Business School really does a good job of building a network within Manchester itself. So they've got the Innovation Factory, funded by Manchester University, and they also hold different competitions and guest speakers with local entrepreneurs within the community. So for me, I've been really lucky and fortunate to meet a lot of different founders for different startups at different stages of the business cycle, as well as working with venture capital companies and private equity companies, and really getting a whole full experience within the startup world. The first piece of advice I'd give to others considering an MBA is really understand why you want to do an MBA. If it's just to escape a job that you're not too fond of, or you want a new challenge, that may not be the best reason, but really understand why you want to do an MBA. You don't have to have the end goal completely set. For example, I know a lot of people on the course who have changed their career path and are keeping an open mind, but if you have an idea of what sector you want to work in, or which direction you want to go in, you can really tailor your experience and get the most out of the MBA. So my second piece of advice is the energy you invest in really shapes your outcome. So it's not just about sitting in the classroom and listening to a lecture, but really engaging with other students on the cohort, doing extracurricular activities such as going to conferences or networking and guest speaker events. You really get to have a rounded experience rather than just learning the theory. In that way, you can learn a lot from outside of the MBA as well, and being in the environment. Because when will you have the time during a full-time job to do all of these different things? And then the last piece is really just enjoy the process. You don't have to put so much pressure on yourself. It's an amazing journey, and it's an exciting time. So really just don't. A lot of people suffer from imposter syndrome, but if you really just try to not think about the pressure associated with an MBA and just enjoy the journey that you're on.